Hello, potato. We are out of the void space today and out in the hot sun at the California Exposition Center, Cal Expo in Sacramento, California for the 2024 California State Fair. The theme this year, State of Awe. Now, will that be State of Awe or State of Awe? Well, we're gonna go and find out. Now, today's forecast is for Satan's butt. It is already over 100 degrees out here and it's not even noon yet. It's projected to get to 110. So we're not gonna do our usual thing of going and getting our cinnamon roll and then looking at the indoor stuff and then going outdoors. We are going to do the outdoors first before it gets any hotter, and then look at the stuff that we normally would look at, I think, in later visits, in the second or third visit. Look at the art buildings and stuff. It's supposed to be an animation exhibit this year. They've done it before. I don't know if I've done a video on it, but they've done the animation exhibit before. It's always a nice one. I'm sure there'll be some updated stuff to it. So we'll go check that out. We'll check out the commercial buildings, and we'll see if the State Fair is back to its pre-COVID glory, or if this is just what's normal now. Most importantly, though, we are going to try to stay hydrated. We've brought lots of water with us. We've got cooling towels. They do have cooling stations here, so we're hoping to not be in too bad a shape. We did come last year when it was 110, and while shooting the intro for that video, made me go sit in the cooling tent for like 20 minutes. I'm hoping this year I'll do a little bit better. But yeah, we do have our passes. See, State of Awe. So now we need to just make our way through security. We've got our clear bags, and we will see you on the inside of the 2024 California State Fair. My voice cracked right there, but I'm not recording this all again. So security has been navigated. We are now inside the 2024 California State Fair, and look, there we are right there on the screen, filming ourselves, filming the screen, because we're in the fair now. And so there, if you haven't seen images of me in the video, there's what I look like in a very distant, low resolution. I actually can't even see my own face, but that's a good thing. So the plan, we are not going to go into the buildings like we usually do first. We are going to do a loop around the fairground, check out what food options there are, go around the back, check out the farm and the forest, go around the back over there up through the midway, and then check out, I think, the art buildings will be the first buildings we do this time. Totally opposite what we normally do. So yeah, it is really hot. It's getting hotter. So I figure, we should get this outdoor stuff done. Plus we can get an idea of what our food options are this year. I have been complaining for the last number, like basically since COVID, I think even since before COVID a little bit, about the lack of new and exciting food options at the fair. Indeed, but I feel like at the Plastic Kind of Fair we had that Cheeto corn dog, and I feel like that may be a sign of our fortunes changing. My hope is that we will find something new and exciting here, some new deep fried thing, or maybe something we haven't seen in a long time, like deep fried butter or something, who knows. But I'm hoping we'll find something new and exciting. We'll find food no matter what, and it'll be good and expensive. But I would like to try something new and interesting and different before we go to the old standbys. So it looks like the BMX show is gone, or rather, sorry, the motorbike show is gone, has been replaced by a BMX show. So that should be interesting. We will definitely come and check that out at some point. But yeah, for now, let's head around the park and see what there is to see.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Take a short survey, you get some free prizes, or now you can play cornhole for the free prizes. The path of least resistance is the survey. Right.
Sure, why not? So, of course, part of going to the fair is getting free little giveaway tchotchke items at some of the booths. And I've got already hooked up an O'Reilly's wrench bottle opener keychain. I do like me keychains, and yeah, that's a cute one. So we're already in. We've already scored one cool little freebie. course, it wouldn't be the state fair without hot tubs. Not that I have any interest in being anything hot right now. It's plenty hot in the air. I don't need to be in hot water as well. But you know, gotta take a moment to appreciate the state fair hot tubs. Well, here is something you will only ever see at a fair as a carnival prize. So up here we have Cookie Monster, and we have Green Cookie Monster. It's an alternate universe where Oscar the Grouch became Cookie Monster, and he's Cookie Oscar. Cookie Grouch? Oscar the Cookie? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what his name should be. What should the Green Cookie Monster be called? Or maybe he just like eats vegan cookies. They're like vegetarian, like carrot cookies. That's what it is. He's a vegetarian Cookie Monster. That's obviously it. He's a Green Cookie Monster. Maybe he's just ecologically friendly. Maybe I should stop talking about it. Not that I would ever try to ride the little wheel, but I do think it is truly adorable. I do feel like she would run in quarters, but I think that is just a really cute little Ferris wheel. For those of you who still smoke, keep in mind this area, this is the one area you cannot smoke in anywhere else. Apparently it's okay, but not right here. So we've made it to about the halfway point of the fair. We've gone around through the food area, the main food area, and the children's midway, or the kidway. And we've actually found a couple of interesting seeming food options that we will definitely be hitting, if not necessarily in this video, but in one of the follow-ups. We usually do 3 state fair videos a year. And yeah, it's getting incredibly hot out here. So I don't know if the plan's gonna go all the way through, but let's we are now to the farm. So let's go check out the farm, celebrating California's agricultural traditions. With all the sponsors, we have to enter in under the big farm gate. Of course, the farm also contains the insect pavilion, and it looks like things are quite green in the farm this year. Those are some really big sunflowers. Oddly, the hand washing station is closed off. That don't happen there. But yeah, let's take a quick look around the farm. There are lots of stinging insects, probably because I think there's actually a beehive in the insect pavilion. But over here we have our aquaculture display. Is the big building open this year? Sometimes that building is open. Doesn't not look like it this year though. But we can come and check out the sturgeon. This is a guy who really wants to be on camera. Hi there. Bye now. I guess he doesn't really want to be on camera after all. He just thought he did. A little camera shy. I guess that dark patch back there is a load of carp. Yep, this one, some of them out. Probably cooler back there. Close to the catfish. Much more chill. Just kind of hanging out at the bottom. And then what's in this last tank over here? It actually seems somehow oddly hotter under here. It doesn't say what these are. Probably something we've seen already. I'm not 100% certain that one's actually alive. Oh, wasps. Lovely. I think someone forgot to fill this little pool. So it looks like maybe they are still doing the scavenger hunt this year. They have an ink pad and stamper out here, but they don't have any little signs up telling you what station it is. And I haven't seen anything. Usually like the prize is like a little baggie of carrots, but you can see an example of a lot of the crops that grow in California. I feel like this section by the cabin here may be newer. Maybe it's just different stuff in it. We have watermelon over here. Looks like other melons. I think what these are, I think zucchini, right? I don't see a sign, but I think from the flowers this is zucchini. Got peppers over there. And of course, no visit to the farm is complete without a visit to the creepy haunted gazebo under the very beautiful, beautiful bamboo. I would love to have bamboo like this in our backyard, but my wife says no because it will take over. I say that's not a bad thing, but really, really nice. I'd love to look out the window and have this view. So we could cross over here to check out the other side. I think those are some sort of nut trees over there, but it looks like the area is being patrolled by guard turkeys. Also, the bridge looks like it has seen some better days. I'm sure it's still perfectly safe. Obviously, the fairground staff go over there to tend to tend to the trees and plants. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, I think we'll skip it. Leave the turkeys to themselves. Oh, here's the passport hunt booth past a working hand washing station. So there's nobody staffing it right now, perhaps, or maybe they're just sitting down as far into the shade as they can get. That sadly used to be where the other there. That used to be the blacksmith station, but we haven't seen the blacksmith since COVID. Hope he's okay. Looks like they're giving away. It looks like they're giving away state fair frisbees. I'm tempted, but you know, I'm going to leave that for the little kiddles instead. Let's go check out the insect pavilion. Here, of course, is the best way to see bugs, either staked or behind glass, especially like that little fellow right there, that hissing cockroach. Yeah, I'm happy to see him only with a plate of glass between him and me. I don't know how well these are showing up on the camera, because I'm sure we're getting some pretty vicious glare, and they're dark inside and it's brighter out here, but enjoy the view of the bugs. Actually, you can see this guy, the assassin bug. Normally, by the time you see an assassin bug, you're already dead. Don't tap on the glass. You might disturb this still photograph. Apparently, it's supposed to be a tobacco hornworm larva, but I'm pretty sure that's just a picture. In case my description of the heat here has not been clear enough, I feel like looking at some of these cases gives you a real good idea how hot it is. It's so hot that the insect displays have actually fogged up on the inside. This would be a Vietnamese stick insect. He's up there. A couple of those, 2 of them, 3 of them. I see at least 3, 4, 5. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them in there, but it's kind of hard to see them through the fogged up glass because it is that hot. Looks like I was wrong about the bees. Where the beehive normally is empty, so I guess all the stinging insects flying around out there are just random wild stinging insects. I feel like, I mean, I've never been to another state fair. I've seen other people do state fair videos at other states. I feel like the farm is somewhat of a unique thing. I don't recall seeing this at, I mean, to be fair, most of the videos I've seen are probably the carpetbaggers. But he's been to like a dozen different state fairs, and I don't feel like I've seen anything equivalent to the farm at anything. Of course, we don't have butter sculpt in here. This is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a shaved ice booth. The heat is really getting to me, I guess. a shaved ice booth that lets you put on your own flavoring. Normally, in my experience with shaved ice booths, they're really super stingy with the flavors. They certainly wouldn't let you just deal with your own, but that's interesting. I feel like, though, shaved ice would not survive long enough out here to actually enjoy it. And now on to something that I think is kind of unique to the California State Fair, the California Forest Center by the Forest Foundation. And hey, this year they're not advertising chainsaws out in front of it, so that seems like a good sign. So let's take a quick walk through the woods without ever leaving the State Fair. I think they have some new wood sculptures this year. I don't think that bear specifically was here last year. And I don't think this turtle over here was here last year. Check out some wood sculptures, which I'm guessing are supposed to have had signs, but they've either been removed or haven't arrived yet. But look, there's his little face. I think they used to have a bigger one of these over by the start of the exhibit, but it shows you the age of a tree, which obviously was cut down sometime towards the end of the 70s. But you know, all the things that happened during this tree's life, going back to, I'm guessing, around 1900. The 1929 stock market crash, so that's almost 100 years ago there. I'm guessing that's the lumber company that cut this tree down. Probably doesn't exist anymore, or was bought up by something else. There was a flood in 1955, which I guess, if you know of trees, you can probably tell from looking. I don't know if that's, because I don't know, obviously before my time, I don't know if there was a flood in 1955. In fact, literally, every date on here is before my time, as I wasn't alive in 1976 either. But here's words here about this Arcata Redwood Company. Maybe that's who owns the Simonson Lumber Company now. 60 years, the forest. Yeah, nothing specifically about when this tree was planted or cut, though. So in here we can see examples of the trees native to California. We have a coast redwood. Over there we have the Chinese elm. The Canary Island pine. Of course, I don't know that standing right at the bottom of them and looking at them with the camera is the absolute best way to see them. Big leaf maple, another much smaller coast redwood, and yet another. I think we have one of these growing in our yard. No, I think ours is different than this. It's a redwood, but it's not. I don't think it's a coast redwood. Scotch pine. Looks like it's had better years. Bambi and his mum. Another coast redwood. Sugar pine. So that's a fairly recent addition, or maybe a replacement, something else that had passed away. An incense cedar. It's a nice looking little tree. Chinese elm. Yeah, you can take just a little stroll, do a little forest bathing here under the ponderosa pines. Aside from the missing chainsaw display, which normally is right there, another thing missing out here this year is they usually have some caged birds. I know they're in last year's video, and those areas are vacant this year. I don't know if that's because it's so hot and it's for the birds' welfare, or if it's just an issue of whatever was paying for the birds isn't paying for the sure, probably the chainsaws. But it's probably better for the birds they not be out here. It is, again, it's actually kind of feels a little bit cooler here in the forest, but it is still quite hot. Also missing is that there's usually an educational exhibit in there with like different kinds of animal poop and things that trees are made into, and usually they give away little saplings in there. In fact, we have a like full-grown tree in our yard that started as a sapling from here in the state fair a couple of decades ago. But I'm guessing the funding is probably an issue. There's no funding for that, no funding for the birds maybe, but it's still a nice, just a nice little quick walk in the woods in the forest exhibit. You know, as I sit here in the forest listening to the calming noises of that thing's generator running, I realized something. Over here we do have like representations of a lot of the important things in California. We have, of course, California's forests. Over in the farm we have California's agricultural traditions and history. Beyond that, in the barn, we do have California's ranching. The one thing we do not have represented here, well, the one part of California not represented here, I think, ultimately is the desert. A lot of California is a desert. I suppose the 110-degree heat is representing that quite nicely, but if we don't have like an actual desert area, that would be actually kind of cool. Have a little place with you know, some cactus or whatever cacti are native to California, and yeah, that would be cool. But that's like the one thing we really don't have represented here at Cal Expo is the California deserts. Honestly, I'd rather spend time in the forest anyways, though. Over here we can see the creepy abandoned water park, formerly Raging Waters. Before that, Water World USA. I had heard originally when they closed a couple years ago that they were gonna reopen in time for last year with a new owner, but not only did that not happen, looks like they haven't reopened for this year either. I wonder how long a water park can sit vacant before it degrades too much to be rescued. Hopefully we're not going to find out, but it's been 2 years since they closed. But yeah, someone called the proper people. They'll, I mean, it's a very small water park, but they can come and document this creepy abandoned water park. I love that they felt the need to actually tape off the slide up there, because one, I mean, nobody should be going up there anyways, but two, if someone breaks in and goes up there, is a piece of blue tape going to stop them, or board, or whatever that is? I don't think so. Yeah.
You see all of you out here walking out of this 102-degree heat. Trust me, it is going to get hotter, people. We are building Sunday. It's hot. We got ice cream. Put 2 and 2 together. We are here for you. We got $4 Gatorade. You're gonna need them electrolytes if you're out here enjoying the fair. Trust us when we say we got the best ice cream in Sacramento.
Of course, arguably the heart and soul of a fair is the midway, and here we have the main midway. We saw the kidway before. This is the main midway, and as you can see right now, nobody. I'm not sure it's actually even technically open, but it's too hot anyways. It'll look much nicer at night. We are not going to make it tonight in this video. I can pretty much guarantee you that. We're not going to see the lights in this video. We'll see them in next week's video, I am sure, but almost certainly not in today's. But still, we take a little swing through and see what it looks like in the daylight, so then we can more truly appreciate what it looks like in the dark in the next video. Also, there's some more food options out here. I don't know what this clown did wrong, but for some reason they buried him up to his neck in dirt and then planted plants in his mouth.
Where's that help coming at?
See, not only do we have the death of the ticket booth, which I don't like, but you don't even you can't even pay for your games at the games anymore. You have to go and like buy credits for that. And I mean, I'm assuming that has to come down to the employer's lack of trust of their employees, as much as convenience anyways. But I don't know, I feel like, you know, if I have to think about it, if I have to like walk away and think about buying more game credits, I'm much less likely to actually do it as opposed to in the moment with them saying, you know, one more play and I'll give you this one. And I feel like if I have to like walk away and have any time at all to think about it, I'm probably just not gonna do it. It seems like a bad idea, but maybe, I don't know, maybe there was that much employee embezzlement, I don't know.
Fun we go.
is a proud sponsor of the California State Fair. Visit our booth today, exclusive AMPM swag, and download the app for great deals in store. AMPM, much good stuff. It's hot outside, so head over to the body cooling stations and get
So having completed our first lap around the fairground, we have made our first stop for food. It's actually like the first place that we saw when we were looking for new places to eat here, and that is a place called the Pineapple Grill. Now, what attracted us to this was this dish here specifically, which is a teriyaki chicken pineapple bowl. It's teriyaki chicken and rice served in a pineapple. We used to get this from, or something very similar to it, from a booth called The Bacon Habit, but they haven't been here since the fair moved to July. So it's been a long time since we've had lunch in a pineapple. And then I also picked up for myself the spicy garlic chicken pineapple skewer, which they are very, very, very generous with the pineapple on. I don't actually like pineapple all that much, but I do have a lot of it. So yeah, let's try these. I've been complaining there haven't been new things at the fair. These are new. Well, I mean, this is an old thing we haven't seen for a long time, and a new thing on a stick. And you know, when it comes to fair food, on a stick or in a bucket are pluses. Let's try a little of my wife's teriyaki chicken first. Get a little bit of rice on there. I will leave the pineapple for I've plenty of my own pineapple. So here's our teriyaki chicken. There goes you and try it. Rice is maybe a little undercooked, a little stiff, but teriyaki flavor is good. The chicken flavor is good. What do you think?
That's good.
Think the rice is maybe a little undercooked though?
Maybe.
I think the rice is a little al dente. All right, let's try the spicy garlic. Obviously doing like a popcorn chicken thing on this. I have no idea how I'm gonna get. Actually, can I borrow your fork? Because otherwise I'm going to drip sauce all over the table, and that will suck for whoever comes next.
Very saucy.
I think this may have been the first one the person who made it put together, because he was taking real care on assembling it, like going through, chucking out pieces of pineapple that weren't good enough. He put real care into producing this, so hopefully it's as good as it smells. It smells really good. It smells nice and garlicky. Actually, I get a very strong pineapple flavor of that. I don't know if it's showing. I get a very strong pineapple flavor off of that, actually, just because it was actually touching the pineapple. A little bit of heat. Could be a little bit more garlicky, honestly, for my taste, but not bad. You want to try some of it?
Sure.
You want a piece of pineapple or chicken or what?
Pineapple.
All right. That's fine, because I'm not that into the pineapple. If I can get it off. There we go. Trying not to get sauce on the table, trying not to get food on the table. Here you go, here's a piece of spicy garlic pineapple.
Yep, that's spicy.
I don't think it's that spicy. It's spicy, but it's not like spicy.
It's good though. Good flavor.
The pineapple's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Very juicy. Goes well with the sauce. So yeah, I'm pleased to say we found not only a new thing, but a good new thing. We've actually found a couple other things that we're going to try. I don't know if we'll get them all in this video, but we definitely will get them in during the fair. But yeah, so far I'm definitely happier with the food options we found than I have been the last couple years. So we're going to eat this, relax a little bit, hydrate, and then I think head indoors. I don't know if it's the art building or the county building, but we're going to head indoors and definitely cool off a bit.
We broke our tradition of the cinnamon roll for the
We did not have a cinnamon roll first. Yeah, no, we're eschewing traditions this year. We didn't look at the county building first. We didn't eat our cinnamon roll. We didn't even get our wine slushy yet.
Nope.
Maybe get the wine slushy then go inside.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you'll see what we do in the next part of the video, which will be right about now. So what we ended up doing next was going to the Golden Fry House, or I guess just Golden Fry House. I'm adding the word "the" on there like an old person. Going to Golden Fry House and getting some injectable mini donuts. So they're not in a bucket or anything, but they are injected with Bavarian cream. They also had options of raspberry or chocolate, but I went with Bavarian cream. Also appeared to be, I don't know, maybe dusted a little bit in sugar maybe before frying almost. It's got a nice crust to it. I thought it was like actually just coated in like brown sugar or sugar cinnamon or something, but it's actually a crust that's pretty firmly fried, and then they use like a syringe to inject the Bavarian cream. Let's give them a try. Yeah, definitely your like standard cinnamon sugar, kind of a flavor like you get on the bucket of donuts, but I would say more well fried than that, and then you get that flavor of the Bavarian cream in the center. Want to try one? What do you think?
Those are good.
Again, another interesting, I mean, not like anything earth-shattering, but I don't think we've seen injected, really more of a mini donut hole than a mini donut. But I don't think we've really seen anything like that here up to now, and certainly nothing as new as this or novel as this in the last couple of years. So yeah, so far we're 2 for 2. Well, technically 3 for 3 because we got 2 different things from Pineapple Grill. So yeah, technically right now we're 3 for 3. Tried 3 new things, and they've all been good. So yeah, now we'll move on and I think maybe get some wine, or definitely, if not that, go inside. Now let's head into the California wine bar, where if nothing else, we can go wash our hands because some of the sugar and sauces from our lunch are still kind of sticking things up. They used to actually theme this whole year, have a different theme every year, but I think once it became kind of just more firmly entirely about wine instead of about gardening, they kind of gave up on that, and now it's just a big wine bar.
You're my darling angel, closer than my feet you are to me, baby. Shorty, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Girl, you're my friend and I'm in need, baby. Love is one big party when you're still young. Both gonna have your back when it's all done. It's all good when I let you out, girl, when you can't be a fool, so you wanna run the long run. Looking back, shawty, already some picture. She was there through my incarceration. She was there through my incarceration. I wanna show the nation my appreciation. You're my darling angel, closer than my feet you are to me, baby. Shawty, you're my angel, you're my darling.
So here is something new. I don't think we're doing this today because we just ate, but a build your own charcuterie. $35, 2 cheeses, 2 meats, 3 fruits or vegetables. And we have some kind of pre-made ones. All these sound quite good. I mean, 35 is a bit, unless you could like get to keep the board. That would be kind of cool, I suppose. But yeah, maybe we come on like Friday, get some wine, get a build your own charcuterie, and just kind of relax into the weekend that way. But for now, this is actually what I came in here for, to go wash my hands. You know, I don't make a habit of recording in public restrooms, but there's nobody else in here but me right now, and I just want to point out these seriously antique hand dryers. Do they even still work? They do. Wow. Those things are probably as old as I am. And now finally we retreat indoors, and the air conditioning in here feels simply magnificent. Normally this is where we'd start out, would be in the what used to be the county building, but now is, I guess, the tasting table, or it's a showcase of various local producers of oils and cheeses and flours. And of course, the California kitchen with the fruit and veg guy who has been doing the fair longer than I've been coming to it. Probably longer than I've been alive. Yes, check out the samples and local food offerings, and most importantly, the air conditioning of the indoors. This is why we did the outdoors first, to get that out of the way and come in here and enjoy the AC. Oh, look, it's Zoltar. I don't know what he's doing over here and not like over in the animation building, but I mean, when you see a Zoltar, you have to go to a Zoltar and give our money to the Zoltar. How you doing, Zoltar? We get $1 out. Everything takes credit only here now. It's like all cashless, but good old Zoltar still takes folding money. And try to juggle all this with one hand. I mean, a smart person would edit this, but the fact that I continue to talk tells me that I'm probably not editing it. The fact that you're hearing it obviously means I didn't. So let's check out Zoltar's decorations. Got some tarot cards. It's got no, usually, you know, they like talk and try to get you to come over. Is he a fully functioning Zoltar? Let's give him $1 and find out. He'll take my $1.
Cheer up, my friend, and listen to the proverb from Zoltar. A smile is worth 100 frowns in any market. Ah, yes, and lucky for you, the great Zoltar sees much happiness ahead for you. Go find it now, but don't run off too quickly. Zoltar has more to say for you, if you have a small gift for me.
We've been ripped off. Zoltar didn't give us a card. It's the first day of the fair and he's out of cards? Oh, you swindler, Zoltar. You swindled me again. So one thing that has not changed in this building is the California Authors area, but they've totally changed it. I mean, I think Brenda Novak's book stream was here last year as well, but this area over here, where the rest of the authors sit, has been totally redone. It used to be like kind of a, not quite a library theme, but now we definitely are focusing on beach reads. Kind of I guess maybe to match the book stream, we've got beach reads over here. Oh, we have stuff from this person. I think we should buy more stuff from this person. They've also changed the look, not just to add this kind of a beach read kind of a theme, but it's not like a big just corridor of them anymore. It used to be like a corridor. If you look at like last year's videos, they were all just kind of lined up. Now it's kind of like little pods of them around. That's cool. Plus, you know, it's cool to see the, you know, probably better if I remembered her name, but the Little Lemon That Leapt lady. Bought that book years ago at the Mandarin Festival. I think possibly before I was even doing videos. We even have a little plush of the Lionel. We have pins. We've bought another book from them, which I think also may predate videos. But I'm pretty sure we saw them in, if not last year, the year before's Mandarin Festival video where I bought, I think, more pins. It would be nice to see Lionel get a follow-up book, but I guess, you know, better to hold where you are than potentially ruin it. So this whole building used to be county exhibits. Every county, or most every county, would send an exhibit. Looks like we're down to just 3 or 4 now. We have a Mendocino exhibit. We have Mono County. And is this a county or is this just a camping display. Looks like actually that's about it for the county exhibit. Even Sacramento County doesn't have a Sacramento display here at the California State Fair in Sacramento. But I mean, to be fair, some counties hardly put effort in, and some counties, oh, Mariposa County is a county. It is actually a county exhibit, not just a camping exhibit. So out of California's 58 counties, 3 still do exhibits. At least they're nice exhibits. Nutty. No, I'm not doing that again this year. You can do the flower kaleidoscope. So let's see if we can do this with the camera. Okay, I think so. If I move the flowers around, you can see. Oops, see my hand. And change the design. It'd be helpful if I could hold the camera in one spot, wouldn't it? And different colors, or remove colors from the kaleidoscope. I feel like doing this with your actual eye would be a very good way of getting pink eye though. It's California represented by everything that's grown everywhere. Obviously, oranges kind of spill over a lot of the south. As I come up to the north here where we are, Tuolumne and their apples, Calaveras. Here we go, Placer County, Nevada County. Nevada County just makes dry sticks. That's all Nevada County makes. Butte County apparently is full of nuts. Napa, obviously grapes for wine. Sacramento also appears to have a fair share of nuts. El Dorado, more apples. Placer's looks like it's, well, more dry sticks, but also tomatoes? No, that's another county, isn't it? Yeah, Placer should be mandarins. There are no mandarins. Solano's got, looks like, I think, persimmons. But yeah, there's no mandarins in Placer. I think someone doesn't like Placer County. They just gave them dry sticks and no mandarins. If I'm not mistaken, they used to actually drive this car around the fairground driven by a puppet. And sometimes it had produce in the back, and some years it had Coca-Cola in the back. But I'm pretty sure this is the puppet car that used to drive around the fairgrounds well before I did videos on it. But yeah, pretty sure it's this vehicle.
This is what we do here in California's Kitchen. Every day, all day, this is what we do. So if you're coming out to the State Fair anytime during the next 17 days, feel free to come here. Just sit down. It's cool in here. It's the coolest place at the State Fair. And just enjoy.
This is like the best place in the State Fair. Where can you get mojitos?
That's right. No, I've never had one either, so I hope you saved one for me, Chondo. Man, that's good.
So we sat down at the right time at the California's Kitchen to get a sample of a chicken bolita, which We didn't see the whole presentation, so I don't know what it is other than chicken. But let's give it a try.
Don't drink and drive.
You want to hold it?
Yes.
So I can hold this. It's like chicken, cheese, and a cabbage maybe? Let's try a bite. Good. Okay.
Where is Chando's Tortilla Factory?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody said West Sacramento.
Chicken's good.
There, who was it?
Actually, good.
Right there, thank you.
These are from Chando's. We don't go to Chando's very often. I guess maybe we need to start going there more often. Especially if they're selling these.
It was her.
Definitely getting cilantro. Yeah, probably chicken, cilantro. Definitely some seasoning. The cheese is good. Yeah. So chicken bolitas. I think we'll try at Chando's.
Thank you, Sacramento County Health Department. They're making sure that we're all clean back there and we're doing all of our jobs. Did we pass, by the way? Yes, they signed the thing. Yes, we can serve food. Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Christopher Mack.
Okay, so first, let me just tell you, I feel like such a fraud because I'm actually not a real chef. So this is really meant to be fun. I don't take myself too seriously. I'm going to show you how to make what's called pastizzi. Pastizzi is, you find it at every street corner in Malta.
So where does this recipe come from?
This comes from, so in Maltese, you would say nana and nanu, that's my grandparents. When I was a kid, my nana and nanu used to, the first thing they'd say is, you look hungry, eat, which is like typical of Europeans.
That's what every good grandmother should say. You look hungry, let's eat.
Hungry, eat, you know? And,
Christopher, where can we find your food truck on weekends? I mean, do you have a website that we look for?
The best way to do it is to look online at on Instagram or Facebook. Just a little bit of salt, like this much. I don't know, quarter teaspoon, something like that. To look on Facebook or Instagram, it's at For the Love of Malta with the number 4.
At the Love of Malta, number 4.
For the Love of Malta with 4 at the start. Yeah.
Oh, for
This,
the
yeah,
Love
For
of
the
Malta.
Love of Malta.
Got
This
it.
should tell you how really, I'm really not, I'm great at business, but the food industry is new to me. I didn't even bring any signs or anything. You guys said bring some food stuff, some signs and some handouts. I don't know. I figured I could talk a lot.
You get your kids to help you do this?
No, my kids are, no, it's my time, not theirs, okay? You have to start pinching and rolling. And the pinching and rolling, it has to be done correctly or the dough becomes too thick, okay? So you sort of pinch and roll and then lift.
And stretch again.
Stretch again. And this is the art right here. This is what brings the layers into the pastizzi.
So who taught this to you?
My nana and my mom. And my mom is, she's a great cook. So, some pecorino.
So nice 3 big handfuls of pecorino went in there.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of salt. Just ready. Just
What other spices do
Dump
we
a
have?
bunch of pepper. No, I'm just kidding. Just a little bit of pepper. So, enough to,
Everybody's taking notes. That looked about a tablespoon.
yeah, I've never had, I know this sounds crazy, but I've never even measured. A little bit of nutmeg, just because it like adds a little warmness to it.
About a teaspoon of nutmeg, it looked like.
I love that here. That's probably accurate. Some parsley.
Is that dried parsley or fresh parsley?
Yeah, but how much was that?
Dried parsley? I don't know yet. Keep going.
There we go. That's it right there.
That's about 2 or 3 tablespoons of dried parsley. So just a little bit of garlic, ladies and gentlemen. Just 1 or 2 cloves of garlic.
I have no clue how much that was. So
There's more than 1 or 2 cloves. What city in the United States was named after garlic? Yell it out. Gilroy. Who said Gilroy, California? That's a great answer. It's not the right answer, but it is a great answer. In the upper Midwest, there's a city, and the Indians used to call that root, that garlic, they used to call it Chicago. Chicago.
No way, is that true?
Would I lie? Yes, that's true.
That is a great trivia question.
It is a great trivia question, and you all know it now. Now, Christopher, do you serve any sauces with?
No, everybody asks me that, and I always say no, because it's not Maltese.
Okay.
Truly, if you were to have something with this, even though it's a savory pastry, a lot of Maltese throw some sugar on a plate and like run it through some sugar or sometimes honey. But no sauces. And the thing is, I'm also keeping my business model really simple. I'm just doing pastizzi. People come, like when I go to festivals, they're like, you should have pizza. It's like, no, this is enough, okay?
They don't have gluten-free over here.
No, there's no gluten-free. Did you say gluten-free?
No, not here. I'm sorry. We're talking about the brownies over there.
Oh, there's brownies?
Yeah.
Where are the brownies at?
They're volunteer.
Oh my goodness, what a fun time this has been. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, for the love of Malta, will you once again give a great state fair thank you, Christopher Mack.
I like that.
So I've got a sample of the pastizzi from For the Love of Malta. I think looking at it, I've got the spinach, goat cheese, and mushroom one, which he didn't show how to make in the presentation, but see if we can try to figure out how to get a bite of it. Oh, good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Christopher Mack, For the Love of Malta. Don't go away. Smud is in the kitchen with Chef Drew, and he's going to be cooking on these induction stovetops. He's going to teach you all about it. We're going to learn a lot. It's going to be a ton of fun. Thank you once again, Christopher Mack.
It seems kind of like basically almost like a gyoza or something, but with a pastry type of shell. Let's give it a try. It's pretty good. It's got a good garlicky flavor to it. And then, which one did you get?
I don't know.
I think you have the cheese one there, looks like. Yeah, it looks like you got the cheese one. So, tell us what that's like. It's very, very flaky. I've never seen like pastry made by rolling before. It's just, normally, you fold it and roll it out. Let me try it. Good.
That's good. You can taste the nutmeg that you put in it.
We'll switch. Right, so it's well, I'll probably edit here. Hold on. I'm told it's easiest to use a hand food, so I'm going to do that. So pardon me, weird view for a second here. That's really good. I like the garlickiness of this one better, but that's got a nice texture from the ricotta in it. And it's like compared to like normal like butter folded layered pastry, it's I think crispier. It's got like a more of a crunch to it. It's still like the same basic kind of dough. It was flour, water, salt, and olive oil. But I don't know, maybe something about doing the pastry by rolling up, or maybe because you use margarine instead of actual butter. It gives it an extra crunch.
Well, he also rolled it where it was really thin layers too.
Yeah, it was rolled out really thin. I'm probably not going to show all that in this video, but yeah, it was like rolled out really thin, like to the point there were holes forming in it, and then slathered in the margarine, and then pinched and rolled up, and then like rested for overnight, and then spread out and turned into almost like a gyoza looking thing, but obviously the end result is quite different. Very good. Interesting. Never had a pastizzi before, but now I have. During our time hanging out in the California's kitchen, we saw a little information about Carmazzi's caramel corn. So figured we should come over here and try some. They just have chocolate drizzle, caramel, And she mentioned cheese corn, which I'm always interested in cheese corn. Here is our sample of corn. They say they use real butter and vanilla. Give it a try.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
33.
Anyone get something?
Oh, okay.
So that's good. We're going to get some of that. Nothing else to say about it. We're just going to pick up some Carmazzi caramel corn. So now, as I think we're getting actually towards the end of our day, we're going to finally do what we normally do at the beginning of the day, which is come and check out the commercial exhibits, which honestly have, you know, in the 2 years since the fair reopened, have not been super impressive. So we'll see where things are with that this year. And it looks a little sparse, but we'll see. Definitely some new stuff. Massage chairs I don't think have been here, or at least not in this part of the building before. But it's a lot of your regular stuff. Got gutter guards, you got windows, got travel and hair stuff. You know, the normal things you see at the fair.
I tell you, I'm a bad guy.
No, thank you. We got used to it being nice and cool sitting down there in the California kitchen area. It is actually pretty warm up here, which means it's probably going to be a real shock to the system once we step outside.
How long you been with us?
But we won't be outside long. We're going to go just straight across to that other building.
Get this on camera.
Guys, come. You need a better night's sleep, young man. Sir, I can tell by the way you're walking. Come. Coming back. Check it out.
Thank you.
With the built-in battery, you can charge your iPhone on the go. I also have a GoPro.
Thank you.
I know you don't want that. You're not going to want to come back. I like Mary. 50-50?
What there may be a lack of in variety of vendors is certainly made up for how pushy the vendors that are here are. Fabulous. We've got to spin the AM/PM wheel.
AM/PM wheel. What you got? A big bottle of water. Reach way down at the bottom for that one.
Let's get something good. I mean, they're all good though, right?
Exactly. There's no.
I got water too.
Oh, good. Here you go. That one's at the bottom. That's actually good and cool for you.
Thank you. Well, as much as I probably would have preferred the keychain, water actually is probably the better thing to get right about now, because we have actually drunk almost all the water we brought in with us. We have 2 more bottles actually in the car, but that doesn't do us a lot of good in here. So the commercial buildings were a bit of a bust, but we've gotten used to that over the last couple years. We are going to make one more stop today. I think we are about done. It's still early, but it is still just so hot out here that yeah, it's kind of killing the appetite, so it's kind of putting us off getting anything else to eat, and it just saps you of the energy. So I think we're going to do one more stop today, and then we will end this video. But we will be back next week with when hopefully the weather will be cooler, and we will hit some more of those interesting food items for that video. Let's brave this 100 and screw you degrees heat to get over to the art buildings to see one particular exhibit. Looks like one of the things I was wondering about earlier has resolved itself, that they do appear to have the sky ride open. No one's riding it, but it does appear to be in operation now. I'd wondered if maybe it was just like too hot, you know, the metal sitting out in the sun maybe gets too dangerous to be able to sit on. Looks like it's running out, I mean, but yeah, there's nobody riding. I don't know if that's just because it's still early, it's still quiet, people are still largely at work. But definitely the Midway is also woken up. They got rides running in there now. Good people will be getting off work and coming out here shortly, which is why we will be departing shortly, because it's just way too hot. See, look at this. It's so hot out here, even the fountain can't keep up its normal level of performance. That's how hot it is. So the last thing I wanted to check out today is the Animation Academy. Every year they have something at the fair. It's kind of for the kids, something science fiction or robots or toys or video games or dragons last year, which is really, really cool. This year we have animation. They've done animation before, but it looks like, looking at this, there are some new things in here about the history of animation, including the ability to make your own animations. Right, let's try to make an animation. Hold on. So we need to put that on the screen and picture, and then move it a little, and then picture, and then move it a little, then picture. It does show you your last frame, so you have some idea of what you're doing. And at the end of this, if I've done it right, we should have a bouncing pink square bouncing across the screen. All right. All right, so we've hit, let's hit play and see what happens. Yay, I made my own stop motion. Now I can start doing Lego movies. Animation was fun. Okay, what do we have here? We have a wolf and a turtle, and it's very nicely detailed. And look at all the detail we're going to. So as we press the buttons, it speaks.
And must sound authentic to the scene.
So it tells you the importance of different aspects of the animation. So there's supposedly actually pieces from the tortoise and the hare in 1952 by Ray Harryhausen, or well, started by Ray Harryhausen. He built the sets, but he didn't stay on the film apparently. But yeah, if you're at all into like old-timey science fiction fantasy, you know who Ray Harryhausen is. I grew up watching those angry-looking skeletons fight. You can be a part of a Scooby gang, or you can draw on a real backlit artist's table. And you can trace over actual drawings of characters. That's pretty cool. Got Gumby, another thing, technically before my time, but I did grow up watching the syndicated reruns of the old Gumby show. Gumby and Friends, I think it was called? I guess it just was the Gumby show. Yeah, I don't remember like any of their names. I remember that that's like Gumby's sister. But aside from Gumby and Pokey and I guess the Blockheads, I didn't know. Well, hold on, the names here, aren't they? Prickle and Goo. Okay, so that's Prickle, and she's Goo, and that's Professor Cap and Minga. Minga was Gumby's sister, right? Yeah, Gumby's little sister. I remember that much at least. And then we have another exhibit about
You're looking at a replica of a
the aspects.
Hidden Valley, Gumby and Pokey's 1957 adventure in the land of dinosaurs. Gumby is busy photographing the friendly dinosaurs, while Pokey sees that a predator dinosaur is about to ruin their fun. Almost none of the original set, props, and puppets survive, except for the car, Gumby, and Pokey, now over 60 years old. Can you spot the differences in today's Gumby compared to this one from the 1950s?
So over here you can actually watch Hidden Valley So I guess that picture there is supposed to be today's Gumby. So today's Gumby has red eyes, has a less defined head, pokey. They also just look generally more well defined. Yeah, we can see the actual scene that this is meant to be recreating playing out over here. Oh, so you can turn this little knob over here and recreate. I'm assuming that's not actually supposed to be Chuck Jones there, but you can show the process of drawing backwards and forwards. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw.
So drawing Daffy. Oh, goes through a whole different bunch of them. Can we go back to the last one? The Roadrunner, cool. Yeah, sorry, I just had to spin it. Cycle through all of them. That's got a real good spin on it. Let's, we'll stop that then. Well, here's an exhibit commemorating a thing that doesn't exist anymore. Saturday morning cartoons. Let me see here. Scooby-Doo meeting the Globetrotters. Yeah, if you were, I guess if you came up later than, I don't know, the mid to late 90s, Saturday morning cartoons weren't really a thing. I think because at that point, you know, you had like cable with Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon would have just cartoons on all the time. So there really wasn't any reason to have Saturday morning cartoons anymore. But yeah, they were a thing. They were a thing that today's children will never get to experience. And over here we have a display of art from things that none of which were actually Saturday morning cartoons. But Lion King, well, look at Winnie the Pooh did have a Saturday morning cartoon when I was a kid. I did watch, I think it was like the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh or something like that. Yeah, Batman was on afternoons on Fox. I don't remember the Avengers having a Saturday morning cartoon. Clone Wars certainly isn't. I think Timon and Pumbaa did have a Disney Channel cartoon, but not technically a Saturday morning cartoon. SpongeBob was on Nickelodeon. Beauty and the Beast. Aladdin did have a series, but it was on Disney Afternoon, not on Saturdays. Although some Disney afternoon cartoons did start as Saturday cartoons. So kind of according to this display over here, I guess they consider Saturday morning cartoons to have ended in the 90s. But you can get way before my time to see what 50s Saturday morning cartoons were like. What 50th Saturday morning cartoon was inspired by, I'm going to guess, Woody Woodpecker? I don't think I'm supposed to press anything. Oh. Well, I guess it's just time to read it. Again, cartoon that I only ever saw in like syndicated reruns, like on Channel 44. I guess there's only one question per thing, or what about the 60s? What do we have for 60s? What hands-on product series taking place in a romanticized Stone Age setting and follows the activities of the title family? The Flintstones? I feel like these are very simple questions. Or am I just old enough that these, because again, before my time, the Flintstones were again firmly in syndication, and there was something like the Flintstones Meet the Jetsons came out during my lifetime. The 70s, what do we have for the 70s? What cartoon came about when the creator knows his young son was struggling with learning multiplication tables? I'm gonna say that's Schoolhouse Rock, because I think that was the answer that was actually on the screen when we walked up here. Very much a staple of the 80s too, though. Oh yeah, see, went to 84. Yeah, they played that well into the 80s. Speaking of the 80s, what's our 80s trivia question? What cartoon portrays its protagonists as four funny but serious superheroes that fight the forces of evil from the sewer hideout? Well, that would be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. From 87 to 96. Yeah, I associated that much more with the 90s, but that's because it ran across decades. And finally, the 90s. What Saturday Morning cartoon series was Marvel Comics' second attempt at an animated series after the first attempt was not picked up by television studios? A Saturday morning Marvel show, because Spider-Man was on the weekdays. Was that on Fox Kids Saturday? Oh! Yes, that is stupid. I should have remembered that since I literally just finished watching X-Men 97 like 2 months ago. Yes, X-Men was a Saturday morning show. I was thinking like Spider-Man, but yes, X-Men. Classic show. Worth watching on Disney+. Oh, look over here, you can do your own Simpsons couch gag. That's fun. We're not going to do that. On the back side of the Simpsons couch, we do have some Simpsons art. And the opening credits. I'm assuming they're not playing whole episodes, but... And then over here we have one of those cameras they used for recording animation. I think this would be similar in style to the camera that's inside that Disney 100 camera set. It even kind of looks a little reminiscent to the camera you build in that Lego set. And that does have in it that recreation of a multi-layered scene, which does look an awful lot like that picture in the background. Not the scene, but the mechanism. Cool little piece of animation, well, I guess big piece of animation history, be physically large. You can do a picture of yourself at SpongeBob or Squidward's house. They did not include Patrick's Rock though. Interesting choice. Now this is something I did want to check out, the 3D Zoetrope. They've had this here before, but it hasn't always functioned. Let's see if it's working today.
There's Homer and Gumby with Pokey and the Pink Panther. Oh, and poor Mr. Bill. It's time to get animated.
I'm very interested to see in editing how well that looks on camera, because doing with the different frame rate of the camera and the frequency of the lighting in here. For me, I could see Felix, Lisa, and Gumby done really well. If I kind of look at them more towards the side here, Homer and Marge worked a little better for me. Pink Panther and Mr. Bill there, it just wasn't working for my eyes. Again, I'll be very interested to see how that looks on camera. So the Gumby display asked us if you could pick out the differences between the classic Gumby and the modern Gumby. I said Gumby today, I don't think Gumby today is really a thing, but more modern, the last version of Gumby. And here actually we can see the evolution of the Gumby. So it appears that Zoltar has followed us over here. So I guess we'll give him another chance. Give him some treasure. If I have a single anyway. Yeah, I do. We'll give Zoltar some more treasure and see if maybe this time he gives us a fortune. Because he did totally, like, just flat out steal a dollar from us last time. Let's see if he's more... He's very quiet. Hopefully he's louder when we put some money in.
the great gypsy at your service. Listen carefully. It is better to keep your mouth shut and be thought a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. And also, my friend, it is wise to be taking good advice when you hear it, no? Return to Zoltar, and I will give you more words of wisdom.
Nope. Nope, Zoltar has just flat out taken our dollar again. Not cool, Zoltar. Okay, I've seen things over here that we're obviously not going to be buying, but that I want. We have this thing right over here. And then over here. I mean, somewhat less so, but this one is very nice. And then over here, oh, look at that. That's not Haunted Mansion, but that's really cool. The Mickey Mouse print there. The Hitchhiking Ghosts. But then we have really cool over here. We have the Haunted Mansion Pet Cemetery. Actually, pretty nice Snow White, but yeah, much more, you know. Oh wow, look at that Alice in Wonderland. Then we have Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey and Steamboat Willie Mickey, both very nice. Looks like we have some Thomas Kincaid art books over here for sale. Well, that's not Thomas Kincaid. That's, oh no, these are prints. These are actually on foam. How much are these? They are $38. Well, you know, it might be worth looking. Whoa, looking through. Got Grogu, Luke, and Vader. I'm thinking we're not going to see any Haunted Mansion. The Boba Fett's nice. More Grogu. Yeah, looks like a kind of Star Wars and Disney. Well, I mean, Haunted Mansion's Disney, but Disney films. That's a nice Alice in Wonderland, though. A Mickey Anniversary one. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no Haunted Mansion ones. But still, you know, someone who's just getting into art, that's cool. This Godzilla here is really cool. And you know how I know it's really cool? I've already got one. My wife found a smaller version of that first Hitchhiking Ghost picture. Still unaffordable, but less unaffordable. Some nice kitchen decor options there with Donald and Goofy. More realistic versions of Lady and the Tramp. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Ooh, there we go. From Fantasia. From the Kauai Slime Company, we have slimy pickles. I mean, probably wouldn't taste any worse than like real pickles, but I don't reckon we need that. What we need is probably this one. We won't get it, but definitely could use that. Those, I'd be welcome to have those ghosts follow me home. Over here we have some more stuff on Gumby. I'm genuinely surprised at how much Gumby stuff there is. I don't know that like anyone born after like 1985 really knows who Gumby is, but there's a very large representation of Gumby in this display. I don't object. I think it's cool, but I'm just very, very surprised. I really hope this is well glued together. Otherwise, it is absolutely not going to survive this first weekend. We will definitely check back in here on the next 2 weeks that we come to see if this castle made with Kiva planks is still standing or if it has fallen to the barbarian hordes. Looks like we can come over here and share our day by putting ourselves into a cartoon backdrop. So let's go and do that. Let's go Some Harryhausen stuff there. Press button to be. That's doing weird things. Oh, you know what it is? Your hat is the same color as the backdrop. That's why it's doing that, because you have a gray hat. All right, well, let's try it anyways. So it's putting us in different back. Oh. I kind of thought I was going to do one picture and put in the backgrounds. Please wait developing photos. Unable to send photo. Oh, that's... Of course, my wearing a gray shirt also didn't help because the shadow also kind of worked. But that's why you use a green screen normally, not a gray screen. What's the countdown for? I guess it's just as long as you get to see it. We can email the photos Usenig. Okay. The computer. Let's Usenig the computer then. So a lot of stuff here does seem to be focused on stop motion, like more than I would normally expect. We do actually have some more modern kind of CGI stuff over here though. We have maquettes for Shrek. Who are you? Handsome Shrek. Okay. That must be when he turns into like a human. Oh no, it looks like Lord Farquaad has had an unfortunate mishap and fallen over and broken his hand off. I hope these are not like the only like maquettes. Seems like a lot of the Shrek ones are kind of falling over too. But you can see the different incarnations of Shrek before he became the Shrek we know and love, and apparently can look forward to a part 5 next year. He's very Peter Griffin in that one. Now I want to hear Seth MacFarlane do Shrek. And then of course down here we do have the armature that goes inside to set the pose.
Yeah.
For Puss in Boots.
Absolutely.
Makes me think of when we were at Disneyland and they had the maquettes for the Pirates of the Caribbean and Haunted Mansion animatronics. Over here we have, looks like some more maquettes for Pinky and the Brain, Batman, Bender. I think it's the dog from Up, right? I don't know who that rabbit is. Oh, does it? No, it doesn't. I think about these things back here. We have maquettes from the Pirates, SpongeBob, and a horse. Okay, what is the horse from? I don't know the horse.
This horse is a clay maquette on a grand scale. After conferring many times with the directors and storyboard artists, sculptors reworked everything from the shape of its eyebrows to the size of its eyes in relation to its mouth. Does it look familiar? It's on loan from DreamWorks Animation and was a character in the feature film Shrek.
I do not remember that horse in Shrek, but the 3D printing of the maquettes in the background there is kind of cool to watch. All right, so the heat today has definitely beaten us. There's still so much more to do here. We only did one of those art buildings. There's an exhibit on Lightspeed Rail. There's animal exhibits. There's some sort of like shabby chic cottage core exhibit. There's the cannabis exhibit. And we haven't touched any of that stuff today. But we will go back at least 2 more times. We will hit those things in those videos. As well as get some more food. There's still stuff I want to try. But I mean, it's just, there's some ice cream stuff I'd like to try. But I don't think we'd be able to actually successfully eat ice cream out here. What is this, a ribbon fry? Oh, it's just curly fries. I got distracted when I saw this screen over here, but it's just curly fries. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's still fairly early in the, it's late in the afternoon, early in the evening. And as you can see, the heat is still so far just keeping like everyone away. But I will say, one of the things I walked into this year wondering was, I've been a little so-so about the fair the last couple of years. And I don't think there's anything particularly different this year, but I think what is that we shook things up. We didn't even have a cinnamon roll. This is the first time probably ever coming to the state fair where we didn't get a cinnamon roll. I mean, on the first day. Usually that's our first stop, a cinnamon roll, but today we wanted to get that outdoor stuff so we can get inside and get into the cool air before it hit the max 110, which I believe it is right now, 110. But yeah, we shook things up a bit, we did things differently, and I feel like that actually may have been the remedy. It wasn't the fair that was the problem so much as it was just doing the fair the same way for like 30 years. That was the problem. So yeah, the commercial buildings were still very sparsely populated, but the salespeople in there definitely made up for the lack of variety with pushiness. Like, I kind of don't want to go back in there. They're just like super clearly on, oh, I can't think, it's too hot. You know, when you get money for selling a thing. Oh well, I'll remember the word after I stop recording. But yeah, it's hot. It's fun though, it's a good time. Definitely looking forward to coming back next week. We'll do another video then. Definitely hit some more food and hit some of those other buildings, the art and stuff that we just didn't look at this time. And hopefully it'll be cool enough that we can like stay to the fireworks. But with that, I think we will wrap up this video, our first visit to the California State Fair in 2024. I don't know why I stopped there. I'm not going to be able to edit this out unless I start all over. So yeah, our first visit to the 2024 California State Fair. I also noticed they dropped the food festival off of it. It was State Fair and Food Festival for the last couple years. And yeah, it's just back to State Fair now. And some of the food trucks that were here last couple years have also been gone. But there was actually some new food, some good food. Liked Pineapple Grill, liked, was it Golden Fry House? You can scroll back and look at this. I'm actually probably going to hit them again. I want to try their loaded fries. There was a place that said it had double fried burgers, which I want to try. There was a place selling a French toast sundae, which I want to try. But again, today ice cream just doesn't seem like it'd be a workable thing. So things to look forward to. That's why we get the season pass, so we can come back again and get the things we just couldn't do in the present. There's too much to do here in a single day if you really want to try to take it all in. But with that long, probably heat exhaustion fueled ramble, we will bring this first visit to the State Fair to a close. I do thank you for joining us here today. I hope you found it all interesting and entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time at the California State Fair.